This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now. The entity that spent the most on lobbying in Pennsylvania last year was a health insurer. Meanwhile, a multi-state settlement has forced a predatory leasing company to close. State police are seeing a spike in applications. Also, what was once the nation's most haunted house still stands in Philadelphia. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Little Sis is a nonprofit that describes itself as a grassroots watchdog group, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. And in sticking to this description, the organization just released a report that found which entity spent the most on lobbying in Pennsylvania last year. At the top of the list was Philadelphia-based health insurer Independence Blue Cross, which spent over $3.2 million in lobbying expenditures. In second was the Insurance Federation of Pennsylvania, a group that represents health insurers as well as life, casualty, and property insurers. They spent over $2 million. In fact, the report found how healthcare was the dominant sector in Pennsylvania's lobbying sphere and has been for about a decade or so. A quote-unquote predatory leasing company based in Ohio has been shut down for good, reports CBS Local Pittsburgh. Pennsylvania, along with several other states, began investigating Tempo for shady business practices that, they discovered, often misled low-income individuals to believe they were signing installment plans on credit sales. They were actually, though, entering lease agreements for furniture, appliances, and other things, leading many to pay off double or triple purchase prices due to confusion. A recent settlement has now barred Tempo from engaging in leasing activities in the future and has forced them to cancel existing ones. The company must also give roughly $33 million in debt cancellation to anyone who was impacted, plus $2 million to the states and jurisdictions that participated in the settlement. There's been a spike in state police applications ever since the requirement for college credits was dropped, states Pittsburgh's Action News 4. 814 people have applied in recent weeks, with over 45% of those applications coming from someone who didn't have college credits. Reassures Trooper Rocco Gagliardi, quote, "I know that some people might not like that the college requirement has been lifted, but our academy is still a 28-week program where it's very challenging and it's not for everyone." What was once the, quote, nation's most haunted house, unquote, is still standing in Philadelphia, says PennLive. Balleroy Mansion sits primly in the city's Chestnut Hill neighborhood and boasts over 30 rooms. It also boasts a whole lot of ghosts. A previous owner claimed his brother, who died as a child in the house, lingered on after death, and none other than Thomas Jefferson has even been seen from time to time. There's even what's called the death chair, which looks like any old piece of furniture, except for the fact that the nasty spirit attached to it supposedly kills anyone who sits down in it. You can read more about Balleroy Mansion in the link included in the podcast article. Also, be sure to keep an eye out for more strange stories coming out of PennLive's Paranormal PA series as the spooky season revs up. Another episode draws to a close. For all the latest news, drop by PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast in either Apple or Amazon and to share it around with someone you think would like it too. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Today in PA. This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now.